still got national anthem and what you call it.
And then Ray Marsh.
I know. No,
Damn, man, why is this?
Everybody wants to be the halftime show. Cheerleaders. Ray Marsh wants to come. He wants to come call games sometime.
Oh, their guy?
Yeah.
I love his voice.
He's a great guy.
He's a character.
Yeah. I told him, I said, we'll get you out, eventually.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
He knows our football too, right? Yeah, I was going to say,
But first, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats from the plate of our national anthem.
Do this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to 302 Sports presentation of Delaware High School Boys Basketball. We're live here at the Conrad School of Sciences for a matchup between the Red Wolves, coming in with a record of 6-9 under head coach Chris McLean, and the visiting Sanford Warriors under former player Khalid Hart, coming in with a record of 8-7. Thanks for joining in, folks. Pat Ariani's here with the coach. John Kaleja is kind of the house that you partially built here, my friend. Welcome in. This should be a good one here today.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have been struggling a little bit recently, but they've played good teams. It's not like they're playing, some of the teams at the bottom or anything like that. Conrad's got to make sure that they're finishing out games a little bit better. They have quite a few games this year where they struggled late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Going to anticipate them to kind of step it up, especially being at home. Sanford, great coach, former player Khalid Hart is going to come in, have the kids prepared. I watched their game the other night against Salesianum. They competed for quite a bit. And, they're a very young team as well, and they're going to be able to come out and they're going to compete. So looking for a great matchup tonight.
Both teams starving for a victory. Conrad losers of 3 in a row, but do have wins over Brandywine, St. Mark's, Mount Pleasant, and the crosstown rival DMA, which is one of the big ones here. The Warriors, they come in, they've lost 2 in a row, and 6 of their 7 losses have come after the new year. Their loss of their losses are in the SL24, as you mentioned, Coach, against Salesianum, and then this past Monday at home, 58-53 to Concord. Taking a look down here, you said it, the Warriors, they're a young group. They do have their senior leader in Trevor Webster back. When we saw them earlier in a game versus Tatnall, at least I did, he was missing. What are some of the keys for both teams in this one, and what could be a must-win for them if these teams want to try and make a run at the tournament?
I think Sanford likes to change gears. You know, if they feel that they can run, they're going to do that. I would venture to guess against Conrad, they're probably going to slow it down, be a little bit, more methodical on the half-court end. Kind of as we're seeing already here in the first possession. Conrad's coming out and looks like a trying to contort it here. Yeah, a little matchup zone. But Sanford will be patient. They're going to feel you out. And, again, they know right there looking to take a good shot. He was open. Conrad, on the other hand, I think Conrad likes to run, likes to push the ball. The other night they got into a little, run and gun with Newark Charter. Actually, one of my former players from Bohemian Manor is the head coach down at Newark Charter. Joe Zhang doing a fine job with Newark Charter this year, gaining 9 wins thus far. But going to look for a good matchup.
That three no good by Vinny Starr. He's been big for Conrad this year. Starting lineups go as followed. The young Warrior team, as Coach mentioned, number 1, sophomore Jacob Allen. He dribbles the ball now. Number 2, Azir Elgood, the junior point guard. He's one of the finer players for them. Number 3, Trevor Webster, the senior. Number 10, Niall Watson, one of their leading scorers, the sophomore, as he finds Webster for the first bucket of the game there. And then an 8th grader, Jonathan Pachekjian, getting to some burn. Here's a turnover. Down the lane, finishing at the rim is the sophomore Niall Watson. So 4 quick points here for Sanford. That one off the turnover. Now some pressure, Coach.
Yeah, Sanford, great offensive possession there. They pressed them, got a little turnover there at half court. Let's see how Conrad handles their pressure here. You mentioned Vinny Starr earlier. He's 75 points away to becoming the first boys basketball player in Conrad history. Conrad already has 5 players currently, but they're all females.
Right. That's for 1,000 points?
Yes, for 1,000 points.
That's always a heck of an accomplishment for him on the horizon. The turnover leads to a Sanford breakout. 3 ball from Watson short. Starr the rebound. He's flanked by Marcel Ramirez, number 1. Number 14, Jordan Kennedy. Number 21, Anton James. And then last but not least, that looks to be number 11, Justin Webb.
Conrad's still trying to find their identity. Some real, haphazard offensive possessions here so far. Not taking care of the ball, taking shots off balance. Got to really get in the flow and let things kind of go, move the ball around a little bit. Let's see. But Sanford's pressure is dictating that as well.
Webster.
They're going to pressure you in the half court. They're also going to pressure you full court. So
here's Starr off of the rebound, tries to push it into the defense. It's no good. Elgood leads the break for Sanford. Drops it off to Watson. He stays patient, uses his body, and 2 more for the young sophomore.
Watson's dad was a star at Sanford in the 80s, was actually a freshman on the 86 state championship team, and Niall has a lot of those same characteristics. Headsy ball player, high basketball IQ.
And here he is breaking the pressure there. He can't finish at the rim. It goes out of bounds, looks to be going the Red Wolves' way.
Conrad, again, I had mentioned I'd like to see them come down and really work the ball around. Unless you're getting a good high percentage shot, I just don't think that they're doing the things that Coach McLean, wants them to do. They work very hard at that in practice. I've seen them quite a few times this year.
You mentioned first substitution here, number 2, Clinton Cawley for the Red Wolves. But you mentioned Coach McLean. He's been part of this program since, I believe it's inception, right?
Inception, when it became a high school again in the early
2010s.
Yeah, 2010, 2009. One year before that, I think they had a JV program maybe their first year, and then they went to varsity.
That one no good. 3 ball by Ramirez.
Much better offensive possession for Conrad there, getting an open look for the 3.
That three, no good. And once again, a run out here for Conrad. This is Justin Webb. Gives this one off to Kennedy. Senior handling. Watson defending. Goes into the lane. Kicks it out. Good ball movement here from the Red Wolves. Man-to-man defense from Sanford. Good motion. Attacking the lane. Floating with the right hand is no good from Webb. And rebound and clear for Pachikjian. The 8th grader will step in, take the mid-range jump shot, in and out, no good. Both teams haven't really found the range from the perimeter here, Coach, to start off.
Yeah, he was a little hesitant. It looked like he even shuffled his feet there, didn't get called for it. Conrad's had 2 good offensive sets. Jordan Kennedy is calling a set again. Let's see what they can get. Coach McLean says, let's get a little rhythm and movement to what we're doing on offense. And people standing around not knowing what to do.
That's a good time out here to start this one off. It's going to be a full. I mean, looking at this here early, Coach, first half of the first quarter, like you said, I think both teams trying to figure things out, especially in the half-court. Difference has been Sanford's been out, and they've had a couple of layups in transition.
Yeah, Sanford's getting exactly what Sanford does, very well. Again, like I told you, they will run if they can run and get out, but they will try to dictate the pace of the game, whether it be fast or a slower half-court. Moving the ball around a little bit more. Conrad seems a little unsure of themselves. I saw, they struggled the other night against Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did not see they played Newark Charter back and forth. And late, as I mentioned, late in the game, I think they got outscored in the fourth quarter by 10 points in that game.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're struggling there, you're trying to find that bright spot. And I think that's what Conrad's searching for here. Great timeout by Coach McLean. Let's see what they come out in here. We got a couple new players out on the court. Number 45. I'm sorry, 15, Anthony Rodriguez.
And they go right to a set there, but pass a little too low there. Turnover back to the Warriors. And Sanford, of course, under head coach Khaled Hart. A little bit of a restock year for this program. A lot of young talent getting a lot of experience in this one.
Yeah, with only one senior, bright future, but, I know they don't want to look to future years. They want to play for today, and they're going to be a tough team and in the mix come tournament time.
This ball skipped over Elgood. One more to Webster. Corner three is short, no good. And rebound to Cauley. And Conrad will look to push and now set into their half-court set. Down the lane, floating, kicking out. Webb for three. That's, again, no good. Perimeter shooting just a little bit off for both of these teams, trying to find their footing here. Both these programs you got some familiarity with, Coach, obviously. Sanford, former player there. Conrad, you manned the girls basketball team for so long. I mean, both have pretty good, followings and fan bases, and obviously the program traditions.
Yeah, no, both great schools academically. To me, that was always very, very important, both as a student and as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why my daughters came here and went here. Great academic school. Many of our players were, academically eligible at all levels, and, several of our players were even eligible at the Ivy League level, which to me is very, very impressive, and that's what's very, very important. You mentioned both programs tonight. Conrad's middle school teams are both in the championship over at Dickinson.
Okay.
So bright future. Their boys team yesterday ended up winning a game. A young man by the name of Patrick Shelton hit a game-winning three to put Conrad, to lead them to victory in overtime against AI, and I believe they'll play Skyline, and Conrad girls play at 6 o'clock over at Dickinson for the Red Clay Middle School Championship tonight.
The Red Clay Pride, there they are there. AI, that looks like AI High School they're playing at. There's the three ball. We're seeing the video right here.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Conrad looking to run. They just were a little miscommunication. Elgood stops at the free throw line, kicks out. Once again, that three's no good. That was Watson again. And again, the lid's on the basket from the perimeter. Webb into the lane. He's fouled. Will they count the basket or will they say it's on the floor? I think they say it's on the floor here, Coach. No continuation.
Such a strong move by Webb to fight off multiple defenders there. Finished. I would have given it to him an M1 and rewarded him there. Tough one.
It was since the last time we spoke, you know, thinking continuation, higher levels.
Yes.
My mind goes right into the announcement of the shot clock making its way into Delaware High School basketball. What were your thoughts on that, Coach? Is that three's no good from outside? Gotcha. Anyway, Sanford in here in the half court. Watson again. That one no good. Again, both teams are struggling to find the basket. Webb on the baseline drive. He'll look. That one goes off his teammate, or no, off his Sanford defender. It'll stay here.
Yeah, you can't just keep shooting threes. What I would do, and I'm sure Coach McLean said it in the huddle, is, hey, let's get the ball inside, get it closer, let's get to the foul line, maybe even get fouled, build a little momentum from there.
No reset up top. Jordan Kennedy, the senior, will handle. McCauley. Here is Starr. Kick out. Webb again floating in the lane. Kick out. McCauley baseline drive. Good cutoff. They go back out top. Another three ball. This one finally goes in for Jordan Kennedy.
Jordan's been working really hard in the offseason, working on his perimeter shot. Nice little stroke there. Let's see if Sanford, I was just going to say, see if they're going to play for the last shot, and they do not just yet.
No good from Elgood, but a rebound and a reset. Looks like there's going to be a travel here against Pechekjian. It'll go back to the Red Wolves, who look to close out a low-scoring quarter, potentially to tie this one with a three ball. A draw within one with a two. Kennedy will bring it up. Go to Starr. A lot of motion in this Conrad offense. That time, a little miscommunication. Turnover gives it back to Sanford.
Yeah, again, Conrad searching for some things offensively. Again, I know as a coach, and Coach McLean is going to be looking to get some higher percentage in the paint touches and looks for his team as we get into the second quarter here.
Elgood finds Watson. They kick it into the lane, floating, layup no good from Jacob Allen, and that will conclude a defensively led first quarter. 6-3 Sanford on top.
Yeah, tough first quarter for both teams, searching offensively. You know, you kind of attribute it to their defense. Sanford has been known for really defending, and Conrad's doing a good job as well. I think once these teams get going, we're going to see a little bit more exciting game as we go along here. They're searching for something offensively, and let's see what the coaches can draw up here at the end of the first quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, you're seeing the teams are getting some shots here. They haven't fallen, and we'll see if that changes here in the second quarter here on the campus of Conrad, right down the street from my home, 202 Tyrone Avenue. Conrad will start the quarter with possession here in the second. Same five on the floor for them. Sanford checking in first time today for number 20, Cole Stella, the junior. And we are underway here in the second. This is Starr. Has not scored yet. Webb handles. Kick out, three ball from Ramirez. That's front rim, no good. Rebound cleaned up by Watson. The sophomore will look to push. Now we'll stop, set up in the half court. Man-to-man defense now being shown, but actually now I guess it's more of like a matchup here for Conrad. Into the lane, floating, that layup no good. Ball fought for, it's loose on the floor, and Watson comes up with it. Three ball from Allen is no good. Conrad comes up with this one, web dribbling, 3 defenders, and that ball's poked away. Allen into the lane. He can't finish through contact, and then he contacts it while his foot was still out of bounds, and after that scrum, back to the Red Wolves we go.
This first 54 seconds is looking eerily like the first quarter. Hopefully something changes here. The teams, again, one of the things you would want your players to do, let's get the ball closer to the basket, get those paint touches, and Conrad says, nope, we're going to fire up another 3 and tie the game at 6.
Then Starr knocks it down from 3, and we're tied up at 6 right now. And what we got here? We got a travel. Elgood, too many steps. And it'll go back to Conrad. So first 6 go to Sanford. Next 6 here have gone to Conrad, and now momentum kind of shifting back towards the home team a little bit. Ramirez, the star. Star will penetrate, and he will be fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Nice penetration there.
Yeah, that's what you want, and that's what I know Coach McLean's wants from his team is, hey, let's keep attacking the basket. You know, Sanford does such a fine job defensively of keeping other teams out of the paint, you know, despite their youth. And this time, you know, Vinny just kind of hammers away, gets in there, draws the foul, gets an opportunity for 2 foul shots.
First free throw up and good. First lead of the day for Conrad. Vinny Starr, I believe, is he a 5-year player here? I know he's played at least since he was a freshman. I can't remember if he was here.
No, he's, yeah, just 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Second free throw is no good. 7-6. Conrad with the last 7 points in this one. Elgood trying to get set.
Starr puts his arm out there and tries to draw that 5 count.
3 ball is buried from Jonathan
Pachekjian.
There we go, man.
Took me a while.
It's tough.
I feel his pain with my last name. How many times they
I've been guilty of that too with you. Kalasia instead of Kalasia. I've done it.
You sounded like the Irish lady down the street when I was growing up as a kid. Johnny Kalasia.
Yeah, that's on me, Coach. That's
all good. I've been called worse.
You and me both, man. They had the last name. I had the last name Demon too. I've had it pronounced every which way. Gariantes, Gariantis, Gariantes.
What is the correct, Pat?
Gariantes is how we said it in the family.
Okay.
I've gotten aunties, and the first name's Gary. I've gotten it all. Garantes. I had a customer of mine, not to get too far off topic, but I'm already there, that called me Guarantees.
There you go.
And he would call me Mr. Guarantees as if I was going to have an answer for him. I was like, I like that. I like the ring of that. Future podcast name. Sanford now leading 9-7 and possessing the ball. Here's Watson. Pachekjian. And they're going to call a travel there on Trevor Webster.
One of the things we failed to mention at the beginning of the broadcast is Carter Barkowski, Conrad's starting center, got injured 2 games ago at the Sean Locke SL24 with an ankle injury. I see him sitting down there at the end of the bench. Tough kid, hard worker, very good athlete here at Conrad.
Yeah, looks like he's got the boot on as well, which is a tough sign. 5 minutes to go here in the second. 9-7. Sanford on top. Oh, good handling.
Yeah, Conrad's in straight man here with some really good help.
Good. Pull up, mid-range jump shot. I like that. I like it a lot. And that one's good.
Kept defender off balance with a little hezzy pull up. Nice stroke.
Man, there's a young man there. He's got the quickness to keep defenders off balance. I'd like to see him maybe assert himself a little more as a scorer. He's definitely taken the point guard role very well. As there's an answer.
Great take by Jordan Kennedy. Again, what we were kind of talking about, that's what I think is going to help either team. You know, hey, let's keep getting in closer and then work from inside out rather than outside in, and that's where I think both teams were going earlier. Pachekjian really likes that outside shot.
That three ball no good there from Jacob Allen. And now a run out for Conrad. Star, pump fake. Elgood stays on his feet.
That's a sign of a great defender right there, not leaving your feet.
Webb goes back door. Kennedy backing down. Kick out. Webb into the lane, floating in the air, but he can't finish. Pachekjian the rebound. And here comes Sanford. Niall Watson, and what we got here? Timeout. Coach Khaled Hart wants to talk it over with his group. 11-9 here, 3:22 to go, second quarter, Coach.
Yeah, one of the things with Sanford is Pachekjian. He's only an 8th grader, so we talk about 5-year players. He's one of them. I'm not sure Conrad's had any, to my knowledge, any 5-year players with the boys program. We had quite a few with the girls, and they still do it. As far as numbers and stuff like that are concerned, bringing up 8th graders off the middle school team. I know Conrad girls brought a couple 8th graders up this year, and lo and behold, their middle school team is still in the Red Clay Championship tonight over at Dickinson. So, you know, bright future for the high school coaches as long as the kids stay here at Conrad.
It's always a challenge in the modern landscape.
Yes, of the Delaware High School transfer portal, right?
I can remember talking with Coach Dan Cooney at St. E's about it, trying to, you know, because at St. Elizabeth you had the opportunity to play 8th graders as well because you had the middle school there, and, you know, trying to keep players in the program could be a challenge.
Yes. A lot of people out there getting in their ears. And, you know, speaking of transfer portal, Conrad has 2 kids that are all-state candidate players. One is at Middletown. Shane Lopez played here last year at Conrad for Coach McLean. He left and is down there playing for Coach Ali. And then you have Sally's starting point guard, who was here at Conrad, both freshman and sophomore year, Latrell Williams. So you put those 2 kids out here with this Conrad team, and you probably have a little different team.
You definitely do. And you know, Wright has been tremendous. I think he just eclipsed 1,000 points.
Yes.
And Lopez was just our player of the game just last week in our game that we did down at Middletown. So, to your point, Coach.
And even prior to those 2, young man by the name of Jalen Horsey, who's down at Wilmington University right now, he went to William Penn. And as I tried to tell him, I'm like, don't go down there, stay here at Conrad. I had him in driver's ed here, tried to convince him to stay, but too many people were in his ear. He ended up going down there. And lo and behold, that year, both William Penn and Conrad got eliminated in, I believe, the round of 16. So he's here. Maybe Conrad advances a little bit further. But
he was something else, Coach.
Oh, he's worked so hard. I just wish he'd hit the weight room a little bit. If he hears this or anybody hears it, share it with him. Get in the weight room, Jalen. It'll serve you well.
Back rim, no good. But, yeah, just a clean scorer, a pure scorer and shooter.
Yes.
He was definitely impressive. Star, he shoots. That one's off the side of the rim, no good. Sanford clears out. Elgood will handle. Kick it over to Allen. He goes in the lane, kicks it out to Webster in the reset. Elgood into the lane. Just decides to float it up, and it goes in. Nazir Elgood.
Great balance and control, finish using his left hand. Just looks so smooth and easy as he does it.
His dad, of course, was a Sanford standout.
Oh, is that his dad or is that his brother?
I think it's his dad.
Okay.
That one no good. And here comes Sanford again, leading now by 4. Elgood loses, and he travels there. Got a little too ahead of himself.
I'm sure all our friends at home can hear our Conrad cheerleaders doing an awesome job here.
Always a good atmosphere here.
Yes.
At Conrad.
Both teams, this is game number 16 for them, so they both have 4 games after tonight. looking to win as many games as they can to hopefully get an opportunity to get into the state tournament.
Starr knocks it down from 3, his second 3 for 6. Conrad down by 1. Good handling. Now Watson. Pachekjian into the lane, nothing doing. He finds Webster. Conrad packing this defense in, not really giving Sanford much room to drive or penetrate.
Good solid man-to-man help in the gaps and from the weak side.
Webster, pump fake, gets the defender in the air, floats into the lane and finishes for 2. Trevor Webster has had a pretty solid high school career. Started at Caravel, and he's finished up the last few here at Sanford. Good handling here. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Pick and roll, gets into the lane, kicks out. 3 ball. Pachekjian in and out, no good. Starr handling, he's pushing it into the lane, kick out. 3 ball from Webb. Front rim, no good. Rebound, put back from Ramirez is short. And it'll go out of bounds. And 6.5 seconds to go for Sanford to get one last shot here, up by 3. Roll this one in. Elgood will pick it up. Gets it up to Webster. He'll pull from 3, and he will knock it down. And Sanford will go into the break up 6, 18-12. Coach, what stood out to you here in this first?
Sanford has done a great job of, keeping that momentum at times when you think Conrad's going to come in and make a little run. Sanford comes back down and either gives you a great defensive possession and closes the door on Conrad, or as you saw here over the last few offensive possessions, they've done a very good job of, moving the ball around, getting good high percentage shots. Right there, they get an open look. Conrad's got to do a better job of closing out, on the perimeter there and not giving, giving Webster that open look. Conrad, on the other hand, I think this has been part of their struggle. They've lost their last 3. When I talked to Coach McLean prior to this game, it was, about one of the things Hebert mentioned was, hey, we got to finish games better. We got to close games out. And Conrad's just got to do a better job and really look to take better shots offensively. They've gotten some good looks. Don't just settle for that good shot. Look for a great shot, especially against a team like Sanford that's so well coached. And as I call Sanford, and I think it's even with their girls program, but Khalid has done such an awesome job of maintaining momentum. When you think the other team is grabbing that momentum, Sanford says, oh, no. We're going to either shut you down in the half court defensively, or we're going to press you, or we're going to come down and we're going to be very patient and get a high percentage offensive shot, something that's going to benefit them, and gain that momentum back.
We're at the break, 18-12, Sanford on top. We'll take a commercial break, come back with second half action right here on 302 Sports.
From Fenwick Island to Middletown, Surf Bagel is your go-to spot for fresh baked bagels and good vibes. We're open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., serving up breakfast and lunch favorites like our specialty wraps, made-to-order salads, tasty smoothies, and locally roasted coffee. Be sure to check out our iconic merch, the perfect way to wear the beach life wherever you go. Dine in and enjoy the beach atmosphere, or grab your order to go and hit the road. We're stoked to serve you soon.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
I think I've always known he was going to do something like this. He did not want to do active duty because he wants to do college first. I think that was the biggest thing for him, instead of waiting and then doing college after.
One of the differences I noticed when he came back from basic training, he was more organized in how he was going about things a little bit. I know he commented that a lot of things his classmates would do that it didn't bother him before, but now he realizes, because he's been outside of high school, I think maybe he's a little more responsible.
He's thinking about his future a lot more. He talks about it and the different possibilities. And he mentioned the ROTC program as well. And he said, I could graduate as an officer. And so I was kind of excited when he mentioned that he could do that as well.
I would just tell people, if their son or daughter was considering the National Guard, that I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that can really help somebody grow. And at the same time, you're serving your country, which is a great thing too. So I think it's a good opportunity.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
I chose GVC because it has a great international program. It is very cheap for America. I love the facilities, I love the campus, and I love the people here.
Hola, mi nombre es Angélica Febre, soy de Puerto Rico y escogí GVC por la comunidad y para jugar voleibol.
I chose GVC because it was an affordable option to pursue a business career and play baseball.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
And welcome back in, folks. 302 Sports presentation to Delaware High School basketball. Second half action about ready to get underway. Conrad Red Wolves trail Sanford 18-12 as we head into the third quarter. Pat Gariani's Coach John Kaleja with you. And, Coach, what stood out to you there in that first half? What are you looking for here in the second half?
Again, I think Sanford is a momentum team. They captured that momentum at both ends of the floor, and I think that's what's given them that 6-point lead here. Conrad's got to be a little bit more patient, and we had talked, let's play for that great shot. Let's not be satisfied just to get, an open 3. When they started doing that, they got some good looks and put some points on the board, and for the most part, both teams have done that. Conrad's back out in the zone here, this time 2-3 zone.
And I don't blame him, Coach. I mean, the perimeter shooting was a struggle for both teams. Again, trying to double down, not allowing the rim attempts could be big. That 3, no good. Rebound deflected out. This is Elgood that comes up with it. Sanford showing good patience. Just not a whole lot of penetration going on. Webster will fire away. That's no good. Rebound to Marcel Ramirez, and here come the Red Wolves.
I'd like to see Conrad do a little bit better job in that zone. Put your hands up. I thought they did a fairly decent job. Could have done a little bit better had they gotten their hands up, made themselves a little bigger.
And attacking the basket, you called for it, you got it there, Coach Kennedy, but that one rims out, no good.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Elgood can't finish on the other end. Rebound to Webb. They look to push up ahead. 2 for your money, Kennedy. He's up, and that time he finishes. Nice
Jordan
work
Kennedy,
for the senior.
he's tough. He's been working at his game these past couple years, and you can see it. Glad to see him, reaping some of the benefits here. Got to give a shout-out to my daughter, Stephanie, who's over in Luxembourg playing professional basketball. It's her birthday in about 10 minutes. It turns midnight. February 6th is her birthday. So happy 23rd birthday, Steph. I love you.
Happy birthday, Steph. Yeah, the Jordan year.
Yes, exactly.
That 3, no good. Luxembourg, is that Germany?
Right in between Germany and France.
Okay. This one, Elgood coming away with it, and then he's poached, but he gets it back. And drawing the charge there is Vinny Starr. Nice senior move right there.
Yeah, heads up by Vinny to get in there and take that contact. After both he and Elgood kind of went back and forth. Both good, smart heads he plays. Sanford in the 1-2-1-1 press here.
Oh, and again, a pass a little bit off target there, and it ends up going out of bounds off Jordan Kennedy. Yeah, a little late night hoops for Steph out there.
Yes, she can't believe she's staying up till midnight. 3 more minutes.
Love it. That layup up and in for Jacob Allen pushes the lead back out to 6. Starr trapped right at half court, and he does get fouled. But how about that? A little run and jump trap shown by the Sanford defense.
Yeah, I see a little frustration with Conrad at times. Again, Sanford has been known for their defense. They do such a great job of staying in front of their man. Great footwork down in their defensive stances. You can see here Elgood really making Vinny Starr work.
Starr, how about that? Finishes
Starr
up and in.
Battles down in there deep and gets a little bit of a fall away.
Back to 20-16. Good ball movement here from Sanford. Here's some penetration. Catch and shoot, no good. Starr is going to be fouled.
Yeah, Pachection came over the back, grabbed Starr.
Pachection, I mean, that was good catch and shoot look for him.
He's not bashful. They're giving him the green light, that's for sure.
He's got a good future ahead of him. Again,
Oh,
as an
yeah,
eighth
young.
grader.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's getting a shot off the other night against Sally's. I saw one time he didn't get a shot off so well, but, I like that he has confidence, and he keeps going back and keeps looking to shoot that shot.
Here comes Webb into the lane, kicks out. Good ball movement. They find the open shooter. It's Vinny Starr. That one no good. Offensive board for Anton James. And I can't see, maybe a travel there?
Yeah, I couldn't see either. I was trying to look in between the players and the cheerleaders. I would assume that's what it was.
The turnover will send it the other way. Sanford. Elgood manning the offense here. Into the lane, looking. Oh, he had Webster. He missed him. Watson, kick out. And he'll get it back. Looks to drive. And an offensive foul as he dipped the shoulder into. Vinny Starr, drawing charges here.
Drawing 2 charges. Vinny's a high IQ kid. I mean, I had him in driver's ed a couple years ago. Very, very smart young man. Wherever he ends up going to college, you're going to get somebody that works hard, that knows the game.
Yeah, and loyal.
Yes, very much so.
Stayed here all 4 years. We get a technical here? What do we got? Or no, I just don't.
Nah.
They're just huddled up.
Yeah, you got 5 team fouls. They're already
wow.
Yeah, Conrad's already in the bonus.
So how about that 5-0 on the fouls here? Sanford a little too over aggressive.
Yeah, and 2 of them, thanks, as you had mentioned earlier, Vinny Starr's taking those 2 charges.
Jordan Kennedy at the line. First free throw, no good.
Sanford's just got to keep, Conrad's got to keep chiseling away here at both ends of the floor and just kind of trying to wear Sanford down, at both ends. And if they can do that, they're going to get back in and make it a better ball game than what we currently have at 4-point lead for Sanford, up 20-16.
0 for 2. Tough one there. And then here comes a response. There's a kick out to Webster. Again, just a little bit off on these passes. That ball knocked away from Webster. Ball still loose. Good effort. And it'll go to Conrad. Last touch there by Niall Watson.
Yeah, every possession to me is important, and it looks like
Coach Hart wants a 30-second here to talk things over.
Yeah, he saw, the team being a little stale defensively, allowing Conrad to get in and, get some opportunities. And then offensively, he hasn't seen what he'd like to see. So be interested to see as they come out what they're going to mix up here offensively. No doubt run a few sets.
And he's coaching them up hard. Obviously, Coach Hart, a part of a three-peat at Sanford, 2010, 11, and 12. He's the point guard of that team back then. A wealth of knowledge. His whole staff, wealth of knowledge. And now Conrad out of timeout. Oh, nearly turnover to get it to Starr. He goes back to his fellow senior Kennedy. Into the lane. That's a nice play, and they get an easy layup to Clinton Cawley. Perhaps the easiest shot of the day right there, Coach, for either team.
Great vision by Jordan Kennedy to come in, drew the defender, and ended up getting Cawley a nice little easy layup there. Cut the lead to 2 here for Sanford. Let's see what kind of offensive possession they get.
Oh, good. That's a good cut, but he can't finish. Put back from Webster's up and in.
Yeah, you don't want to see that offensive rebound, but heads-up play by Webster getting in there and putting it right back.
Oh, good. Quick hands. And that ball's loose. And it's not picked up yet. The ball's there you go. They finally got it. Webb has it. Transition 3 is no good. That's a tough one there. Rebound to Watson. Modern-day basketball, Coach.
I thought there for a second we were going to have a clip that was going to go on to YouTube or Instagram or one of them where the ball goes back and forth.
The Benny Hill music goes
yes,
up.
Yes.
That 3-ball no good from Allen.
This is what Conrad likes to do. They like to push the ball, shoot the 3. Let's see if they can convert here almost.
To the line for 2 is going to be Justin Webb, sophomore guard. Marcel Ramirez had a nice drive. Tough finish. Couldn't quite finish on the other end of the rim, however. First free throw from the sophomore Webb is up and in. This young man playing with a lot of confidence here tonight. Second free throw is up and good. Substitution for Conrad. Anthony Rodriguez will check in. 2:45 to go here in the third. 2-point game.
Elgood just continues to impress me. You know, you see him making a call in the backcourt to kind of get the team going. He's not fazed by anything out on the court. Right there, he's coming, looking for the ball, getting things under control here. The use of his body, his defensive presence.
He's a good traditional point guard, Coach.
Yes.
He absolutely is.
A lot of great ones starting back with, mention some names here from the Gil Jackson heyday of when Sanford really became what Sanford basketball is today, is Rob Jones.
That layup up and in for Cole Stella.
And my main man, Lewis Waller. He was our point guard. Hell of a point guard that played at Towson University.
You know, there's a page, that one is good, from Jordan Kennedy. It's 302 something. It's all the old newspaper clippings.
Oh, okay.
I see it on Facebook, and it's a great little time capsule in the Delaware high school sports history. Been seeing a lot of old Sanford clips. That one no good. Clippings, I should say, and again, no good for Niall Watson.
I think somebody had told me that there's Delaware archives online, and that's where he's able to get them from. Well, no, that's where he gets them from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good follow, folks at home. I wish I had the actual page name. I'll have to grab it for you, folks. That one, no good. Elgood goes to the line, however. Yeah, to your point here, Coach, about Elgood, again, good traditional point guard, gets team and doesn't panic with the basketball. Where's the room to grow? The room to grow is the finishing a little bit and the shooting. But that's it. I mean, he's a good defender.
Yeah, very good defender.
Key cog for them last year.
His ability to control the offensive player, he plays low, moves his feet very, very well, and just so very poised.
He hits the first free throw. Sanford lead.
Conrad keeps trying to chisel their way back in here, and they're getting closer. They just got to get over the hump here and get a couple consecutive stops at the defensive end and high-valued possessions offensively.
That's great work in transition, and Rodriguez finishes off the assist from Kennedy. And, yeah, Conrad's been keeping this game's being played within a 1 to 4 point range primarily in this one. Which team's going to take control of this?
Yeah, both teams play very challenging schedules. You know, as you prepare for the games, which both you and I have done, as you look, you know, both of them, I believe, still have Middletown and St. George's coming up. I also think Conrad has Sally's. Archmere will play St. Elizabeth's, who I believe St. Elizabeth's, your old alma mater, is currently in first place in the Diamond State Conference, if I'm not mistaken. It's either them or MOT. I don't know if they played one another just yet, but I believe MOT.
And St. E's just took Middletown wire to wire earlier in the week, so I mean, they're starting to play some good basketball as well.
Yeah, we called their game against Archmere, and they did a very good job. The player that we had interviewed, his name escapes me right now, but he kind of said that they were finally playing as a team. He said early on it was a lot of, individual stuff, and a lot of credit to John O'Connor.
Yeah,
over there at St. E's, taking over for Cassidy. And
you had a lot of players either got moved up from JV or were kind of out of the rotation varsity, and then they get put in these new roles. And it takes a little bit of time to get comfortable in with the new roles and buying into it. Sounds like those young men are starting to, which is a good sign for the Vikings. Here's Starr, corner three, back rim, no good. Watson. That back rim, no good for Pachekchin. Starr, there you go, 2 for your money. Then Starr can't hit. Elgood will bring it across, 20 seconds to go. Let's see. They haven't held in these situations in the first 2 quarters. Let's see if Coach Hart gives a different directive here or not. Elgood looks to be staying patient here for the last shot.
Elgood's used to it. He made that decision on his own. I'm looking at Hart, seeing if they made any eye contact, and that's a great thing. If you can have your guard instinctively know what he's doing in that situation and know the time and score and situation.
They call it travel there on Elgood. Trying to force that one in there, not doing. And now here comes Jordan Kennedy. He's got to get one up. He will from deep, and it goes off the side of the rim, no good. And we're through 3 quarters of play. Conrad trails 26-24, Coach, as we head into the 4th. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, 4th quarter action right here on 302 Sports. Quarter action about to take place here at the Conrad School of Sciences. 26-24, Sanford on top. The Red Wolves sticking with the Warriors here. And, Coach, as we said, I mean, this has been a close game throughout. It's been played within 5 points for the most part either way.
Yeah, I mean, either team can pull this out. Let's see how Conrad handles things offensively here in the first few possessions of the 4th quarter.
McCauley driving, floating, and can't hit. Conrad keeps getting this close. The Tiner taking the lead. They can't finish. Now Allen on the other end is fouled, and the sophomore will get himself to the free throw line.
McCauley had the right idea down there. He just didn't have himself squared up. I would have liked to have seen him come to even a jump stop or just a slight pause, and he didn't, and was kind of off balance, tilted his shoulders a little bit, made it that much more of a tougher, or I should say a tougher shot.
That Jay Wright directive of playing off 2 feet, right?
I mean, you look at Brunson back in his heyday and all the Villanova players, but Brunson is the epitome of, as we used to call it, we had a little acronym, POP, pivot out of pressure.
Okay.
And they would get in and draw multiple defenders and, find the open man, make the great pass, have the great court vision. But, yes, playing off of 2 feet.
I mean, at 6 foot to do what he's doing in the NBA in the modern day, I mean, that's just a testament to fundamentals still holding some value in modern basketball, right? Brunson.
I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast Conrad's inability to finish games out. Let's see how they handle the 4th quarter here.
Well, that's a really good look.
Yeah.
That's a really good look, and it's going to get Clinton Cawley to the line to finish off a 3-point play.
So far, 2 good offensive possessions for them. Something that Coach McLean certainly would like to continue to see, and let's see if the Red Wolves can, stick to that game plan. And see if they can flip the page into that late 3rd quarter, 4th quarter
free throws
droughts
up and in
that they've had.
28-27. Sanford leading by the slimmest of margins. Elgood going to get his team set. Watson.
What I kind of like about Sanford right now in this possession, they look like they drew their offense out, which in turn was drawing Conrad's defense further away from the basket, getting some bigger gaps.
Oh, the hands, the quick hands, nearly a turnover. Yeah, create some driving lanes, Coach. Absolutely. Good pump fake. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, there's body contact there. Protection.
One of the things, too, we haven't talked much about the officials, but the officials, not sure the name of this organization. This is not our IBO that we're used to here in Delaware. It is another organization that has started several years ago. under the direction of, I believe, a gentleman by the name of Keith Lake.
Okay.
Oversees the officials here that officiate games within Red Clay, and I think they officiate games at like maybe Glasgow or Christiana. I forget the other schools.
Okay.
That they officiate as well.
Yeah, they've done a pretty solid job tonight. There's Watson for 3. No good. Again, the shooting woes continue. Starr into the lane, left-hand runner, no good. Rebound, putback is up and in for Anton James, and Conrad has a lead here in the fourth quarter, Coach.
Yeah, all 3 Sanford defenders went towards the shooter, and nobody was boxing out James. Nice little push, putback.
Allen can't finish. And up ahead is Vinny Starr, nobody there. And the largest lead of the day for Conrad, as they're up 31-28. It's going to prompt the timeout by Coach Hart here with 5:45 to go here in the fourth. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, they're reversing the curse, we'll call it.
Right.
You know, since we talked at the beginning of the broadcast, and like I told you, I had the conversation with Coach McLean about being able to finish games, and you know, let's see if they can continue this here through the fourth quarter. Starr had a nice shot there. He saw his team got the rebound, and he leaked out for the easy little basket to bump the lead to 3. And let's see what Sanford does here offensively coming out of the timeout.
This would be a nice win for this Conrad program to take down Sanford
and keep their hopes of making the state tournament.
Right.
I know they're, you know, on the bubble or just outside the bubble, but they are could use this win, especially considering, you know, who they finished the season with. I believe they have Archmere, Middletown, Sally's, St. George's are their last 4 games, not in that particular order.
Tough. That's a tough finish. That's a tough way to finish the season off. We're coming out of timeout. Sanford with the basketball.
I'm definitely going to be looking for Sanford to come in. Elgood's calling number 3. Looks like they're coming out of a 5-out set.
They go into the lane to Watson. He kicks out. Starr comes up with the steal. He anticipated that one. And a 5-point lead now for Conrad.
Headsy play for Starr coming from the weak side to get the steal, and nice basket there.
That 3 is knocked down for Pachekjian.
Pachekjian again, we said he's an 8th grader, but he's not playing like an 8th grader when you knock down a 3 like that. Very poised.
And an offensive foul, give the ball back to Sanford. Illegal screen is what it seemed like it was.
Sanford calling another set here. Let's see what kind of look they get. Maybe looking to get Pachekjian for another open 3.
And why not, right, Coach?
They're trying to dribble and attack that gap near Pachekjian, trying to draw his defender and free him up a little bit.
Elgood back up top to Watson. 3 ball is way short. That's rare to see from Trevor Webster. 4:23 to go. Conrad holding on to a 2-point lead. And here you go, Coach. They got an opportunity. They got a fourth quarter lead. Can they finish the game off? They get the ball in the hands of Vinny Starr, and then he goes to Jordan Kennedy. Both those guys have been good tonight as offense initiators. Starr catch and shoot 3 in rhythm, and down it goes.
Vinny's feeling it.
Good offense right there.
Our buddy Glenn Frazier just sent us a little message and said Sanford's low total offensively for the year is 39. Let's see if Conrad can hold him under that.
It's been a struggle for the Warriors shooting from the outside. There's no doubt about that. It's the kick ball there from Starr. And to your point, Coach Conrad finishes with Middletown. Listen to this gauntlet. At Middletown, at St. George's, home versus Salesianum, and then home versus Archmere to finish the year off.
Hey, if you want to get in there and mix it up, you might as well play the big boys. And unfortunately, they got them right there at the end. You know, we always wanted the most challenging schedule, and I know Coach McLean, you know, goes by that philosophy as well. He wants to challenge his team, and great defensive rotation over there by James. Good box out, and Kennedy gets pushed from behind.
Good box out by Kennedy. And 3:20 to go. 5-point lead for Conrad.
I'm going to give my guys over at the scorers table, Billy Coughlin, Ray Marsh. Kelly Wilson's not here tonight. Travis Test is filling in for him, doing a great job at the scorers table.
And it's a 7-point lead as down the lane goes Jordan Kennedy. And what a fourth quarter here for Conrad. Starting to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, a little reversal of fortune from what they've been doing. And
Elgood answers with a 3.
Elgood says, not so quick. We're going to stay within arm's reach here.
A little not Dickie V, from College Game Day. Not so fast, my friend. Lee Corso knocking the 3 down.
I think we should start doing that and get the gator head and you know. I'm just wondering who on the crew would wear the head. And
Mike Lang.
Yeah, Mike would.
That's a Mike Lang.
Yes.
Yeah, timeout by Coach McLean. 2:28 to go, 4-point lead. And you said it. This is a challenge for this program, right? Can they close games out? This is a way to work on that kind of thing.
Yeah, Coach McLean sensed it, saw that they were a little uncomfortable, didn't want to force anything, get a turnover. I'm going to anticipate a really good set play coming out of here. Coach McLean is a big follower of Tom Izzo, and you know, actually one of the other coaches that Coach McLean kind of got himself started with years ago when Gene Thompson was at AI. Coach McLean was his videographer.
Okay.
And then was also an assistant coach, and that's actually where I met him. And, you know, Chris is also a former football player at the University of Delaware.
Okay.
And but has always kind of loved basketball. And as we had said, he's probably, if not the longest tenured boys coach here in the state of Delaware, at least one of the top 3 or 4 within the state.
Well, you placed him back at the inception of the school. I think the coach that challenged him is oh man, gosh, I hate when I blank like this.
Rod Griffin's been at St. George's.
Coach Wilson at Dover.
Coach Wilson, yes.
Because I think Coach Griffin back in that time was at Delcastle, if I'm not mistaken, or am I wrong?
He coached 1 or 2 years at DMA too. So,
okay.
And then we could even, you know, one of the other names I forgot to mention was Nick Santa. Nick was at St. Mark's and then went to Archmere with a bit of a year or 2 hiatus.
Yeah.
In between picking up the Archmere job.
And Coach Santa took over while I was in high school for Lee Sibley.
Yes. And he's being inducted into the St. Mark's Hall of Fame next Friday night. I'll be there.
I did see that, as that one is blocked away. Nice
Kennedy exposed that ball a little bit. If he would have put it out in front of him, would have had a better opportunity at finishing. Again, let's see what Conrad has here coming out. A little bit of a blob.
Just an instant trap. A free star for 3. Can't hit. That would have been a big shot.
Good stroke by Vinny.
Conrad's got to get back on defense. Sanford looking to push, feeling the pressure right now. Elgood wants a screen. He gets it into the lane. Good find. Webster finishes and 1. So here comes Sanford. Here comes Sanford. 1:53 to go. Now within 2.
Yeah, opportunity to cut it to 1. Start looking at team fouls. Conrad has 4 team fouls. So from here on out, Sanford will be in the bonus. And Sanford only has 2 team fouls. With 1:53 to go, we got a 1-point game.
And can Conrad close it out? That's been the question all year, Coach. See if they can do it. Get across the timeline.
Get out of that corner.
Get it over to Starr in a reset. Here to Jordan Kennedy. Get this one to Ramirez. Over to Starr. Starr into the lane, floating, and a tough finish in traffic. Gives Conrad a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Vinny continues warming up. Good off-balance floater there.
Sanford looking to answer as we approach 1 minute to play. They trail by 3. Elgood into the lane, he loses it, gets it back. And we got to travel. A little bit of a hesitation by Pachekchin picking the ball up, and they flag him for a travel.
I was just about ready to say Conrad defensively was looking a little spread out there with the way Sanford was moving the ball. Let's see the next possession down.
Minute to go. Star's got it.
Got a 4-on-1.
And again,
smart heads-up play by Pachekchin. Otherwise, once they got past him, they had that 4-on-1.
4-on-1. It's the third team foul, so one more to give before the shot. Orioles will get Cole Stella. Check back in. They get this one in, and there's another foul this time. Niall Watson will pick it up.
It's kind of a smart foul with a 3-point lead to get them one foul closer. Now they can really hunker down in the half court and hopefully not foul.
That's the fourth.
But at least
personal.
they're getting closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That way you start getting here under a minute. We got 57.4 seconds.
It's the fourth foul on
And that
Watson.
way at least you're that one foul away.
He can't foul. He's got 4.
Oh,
There's Elgood.
they're looking to foul. Okay.
I'm going to put the youngster, sophomore Justin Webb on the line here.
Yeah, again, what I would have liked to have seen Sanford do, at least go for the ball. I was okay with Pachekchin's foul there, but the last two fouls, let's at least go for the ball. Make a legit attempt rather than just grabbing the player and putting them in that situation.
First free throw, no good. Now the all-important one here to try and push this to a 2-possession lead. And he does. Nice shot there by Webb. 4-point game. Conrad would benefit from not fouling here. Here comes Elgood. Goes into the lane. They give it to him. He floats and he finishes. 2-point game. Clock continues to run.
Great body control by Elgood.
Ramirez gets it to Starr. There's the foul. With 37 seconds left.
Yeah, Starr's one of their top free throw shooters. Looks like he has something on it, with his finger. But the way he's been shooting, it doesn't look like it's been bothering him all that much. So
no, it's not. And Coach, there to you again with Sanford putting the pressure on. Would you have considered a no foul there? I waited until it broke across half court, try and go for a steal here down two.
Yeah, I want to go for a steal in general. Again, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, let's not just foul to foul. Let's go for the basketball. And I think coaches sometimes, or at least teams, when I see them out here, they don't necessarily work on that in practice.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to simulate because maybe there's a drop-off after player 6, 7, 8.
Right.
What we used to do is we used to put 6 or 7 kids on the court, and we would have our 5 girls go out and, really work on that, going after the ball. And it makes it harder for us. Sometimes we couldn't necessarily match that because, there was a big drop-off, especially in girls basketball. You're definitely going to see that drop-off after, maybe 5, 6, or 7. And we would try to simulate that as best we could. One of the other things that we did that boys teams can't necessarily do, but I know Coach McLean has done it a couple times. He brings in some of his former players to scrimmage, especially over like Thanksgiving break, Christmas break. I did that at McCain. I did that at Wilmington Friends when I coached there. But we used to get the boys JV and even some of their varsity players, and we would scrimmage against them.
Yeah. Dickie Rego did that the year. No, it wasn't the year after. It was like the whole generation after. We came back. It was like Jordan Money at St. E's was like a freshman, and those guys. He brought a bunch of us back to do exactly that, scrimmage against the college-age kids. All right, here we go. Sanford needs a bucket. Webster into the lane. He's fouled. He can't finish, but he'll go to the line for 2.
That's a tough one there. I liked Conrad's idea there. They were in a little bit of a zone 1-2-2 press, kind of forced Sanford to slowly bring the ball up instead of letting them just walk it up or push it up faster, I should say.
First free throw, up and in.
If you're Conrad, you don't want that. You know, we always have a little saying of don't break the glass, keep your hands straight up, do not allow contact with that offensive player, giving the official an opportunity to make a call. Take it out of their hands.
Webster misses the second, but they get the offensive rebound. A three will tie it. Elgood will pull up from the mid-range. He can't hit. Ball's loose. They get it back. Webster. Elgood nearly loses it. Webster picks it up, and we got a timeout by Coach Khalid Hart. 18 seconds to go. It's a one-possession game, and Sanford with the basketball now.
Cole Stella on that foul shot, whether they purposely missed it or not, he tipped the ball back to his teammate. Prior to that, he did the same exact thing. That's headsy basketball. That's why Coach Hart has him in the game. He's someone that's played sparingly here throughout the game, but you know, just a headsy basketball play to tip the ball. He knew he wasn't able to get the rebound, and he was in between two Conrad players, and he was able to tip it into their hands. Coach Hart's coming here. Here's your question. Do you run a play for a three right now, or do you look to get and attack the basket and maybe even get an and one? If you're Conrad, you're telling them probably, hey, let's make sure that if they do get in, let's make sure we're not fouling them like they've done on a couple of their possessions, you know, in the past 3-4 possessions here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Coach, is it a hard, even though the shooting woes have struck Sanford tonight, does this turn into a no threes if you're Conrad?
Oh,
we
definitely.
Can't give up a three
Definitely. I'm putting my best defender on protection because I know that's who they're probably going to be looking at, him and Elgood. So you got to make sure you have two really good defenders on those two guys. But Webster's also shown, you know, that he can knock down the three. Watson can knock down the three. So we'll see what they have set up here coming out of the timeout.
Webster looking to get this in. They go up top to Watson. Here they go. They get it to Elgood. Let's see what Coach Hart draws up. Screen either way. Elgood takes it, steps into a three, and he knocks it down. So we're tied up. 7 seconds to go. Conrad's going to get the last shot. It's Vinny Starr. Spins. Shoots off one leg. It's no good. And we got overtime. What a shot from Azir Elgood. It's been a struggle all night for Sanford, but late in this game, they find a way to knock down some big shots when they needed it.
Yeah, that was a heck of a shot. Right in the flow of his shot. Nice, smooth follow through. Puts us into an extra 4 minutes here.
4-minute overtime. And once again, the closing out of games comes back to hurt Conrad there. And it was a second chance opportunity off a missed free throw that really gives Sanford life here. So how about that? The unsung play by Cole Stella to keep that possession alive and earn them an extra possession.
Yeah, I mean, Sanford has kind of done that all along under, you know, Khalid Hart's leadership. You know, they're not phased, and, you know, they're ready to come out of this, you know, into the overtime and really give a good concerted effort. Let's see if Conrad can rebound after being up by as many as 7 here in the fourth quarter and keep the energy going. Sometimes it can be tough, especially when you've lost momentum. And, again, I talked earlier, Sanford is what I like to call a momentum team. You know, they lose it, but they're going to come back and they're going to gain it, and that's kind of what they did here and push themselves into this extra frame.
So here we go. Extra free basketball. Oh, we got a little conversation here. Coach McLean wants to discuss this one. Fouls, I believe, carry over, Coach, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So we're shooting, both teams shooting the rest of the way. All right, so we're ready to go. The tip here is between Anton James and Trevor Webster. 43-43. Free basketball here at Conrad. Conrad wins the tip. And we are underway. Here we go. They're going to get things going. This is Marcel Ramirez. A little dribble weave here into the lane. Tough layup. Can't finish for Jordan Kennedy.
Yeah, he was looking for the foul. He didn't necessarily need that extra little movement as he attacked the basket. Just lay it in.
Looked like he kind of lost visual on the basket as he put that up.
That as well, yes.
Webster 3-ball. Can't hit off the front rim. That's a good offensive board by Niall Watson. Good hustle. And again, the second chance. It seems as though about that 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Sanford all of a sudden raised their energy level. This is Allen. Goes to Elgood. Elgood handling. Goes over to Allen. Into the lane. Kick out. Pachekchin up top to Elgood.
Conrad's weak side defense has not been intense as they were earlier in the game and even into the second half that helped build them that lead. They got to make sure the weak side players, I'm looking at them, and they have their hands down at their hip. They're not over. They should be over a little bit more, as Coach McLean will teach defensively. They call it the wall or the midline.
Yep. Pachekchin for three. Can't hit. Another offensive board. Watson out to Elgood. One dribble, mid-range jump shots up and in. Another second chance opportunity for Sanford. And they now regain the lead by 2 as we approach 2 minutes to play in overtime. Starr handling, not much going on. He goes into the lane, spins, nothing there. Webster walls him off, and they go back up top to Jordan Kennedy. Kennedy, nice backdoor pass. Ramirez, good finish. Good pass and good finish, Coach.
Yeah, Ramirez looked like he fumbled the ball. It was a tough pass. They let him a little too much, but he gathered himself, got under control to tie the game up here with 1:48 and counting.
Oh, good. Stop and pop. It's no good. And there's a good defensive rebound by Conrad. And now they look to answer. Kennedy to Starr. Contact down low, no whistle. Vinny Starr. Looks like he wants a screen, but maybe not. I don't know. Here you go. Right into the dribble weave.
Yeah, he was hot there for a while. And
Ramirez, good kick out, good extra pass. Webb into the lane, right hand finish. Can't complete it. Rebound to Sanford. It's good offense, good look. Couldn't make that layup, and now we're at a minute to play. Elgood handling. Tie game, timeout, Coach Khalid Hart. Warriors want to talk it over here. Glenn Frazier sending a nice little statistic. Conrad on the year has held opponents under 50 points 3 times. A record in those games, 3-0. So Sanford trying to buck the trend here in overtime. Conrad trying to keep that trend going.
yeah, moments like this, as a coach, this is what you really like. You know, close game, tournament-type atmosphere, tournament-type game, being close in a heated battle back and forth. You know, Sanford was up by probably 5 or 6, I think, was their biggest leads. Conrad ended up, you know, taking a 7-point lead, as you had mentioned. And, you know, see what you can draw up here, see what you can, you know, get. It looks like Elgood has been someone that they've been looking offensively to. Conrad kind of went away from Starr a little bit after he heated up there and helped them build that lead. Let's see if they go back to him. Kennedy, Ramirez have all, you know, looked to attack the basket. Webb looked to attack the basket there. Again, I would really still like to see, going back to Webb's last offensive possession, get in, jump stop. Get those defenders to leave their feet, draw a foul. You have two opportunities, one to draw a foul, two, you know, to get the defender off of their feet and maybe even get the N1.
Get it to Watson. Looks like they're going to run. No pin down. I thought maybe they were pinning down for Elgood. They're going to keep it in Watson's hands. He goes over to Trevor Webster. They rotate through. Here comes Elgood up top. He'll handle. 45 seconds
Got to get some help. See what Elgood does, attack the basket. Are they playing for the last shot here of the game?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Kennedy defending. Doesn't seem to be a whole ton of urgency. They might be, Coach. This might be the old Lee Sibley four-corner offense here at the end of the game. We mentioned him earlier. Elgood.
Elgood uses his offhand very, very well to shield the defender, create a little bit of space. Kennedy's drawing a count here, but then backs off.
Elgood, backdoor pass. Good defense by Vinny Starr. There's your backdoor defense.
Yep.
And he forces
Starr
the tie up.
right
It
there.
stays here.
Yes. Sanford retains possession. Conrad won the tip.
10
start
seconds.
Of the first overtime.
Get this one in to protection. Elgood handles. 4, 3. He's going to have to pull. 2, 1. Layup is good. And 1. Horn sounds. Will they put any time on the clock or will they let this one go? I haven't seen a signal as this is game. Let's see.
Yeah, and then when Sanford runs on the floor there, I watched the one official, Tim Bull, I believe is his name. He looked like he was signaling a technical foul.
If there's time on the clock, it would be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't signaled game over yet. I haven't seen it. Or are they going to – they're going to shoot the foul shot, I guess? They're going to –
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But I'm surprised
so I guess
there was
the game's over. Or they're putting 1 second on the clock, Coach. So there you go. Then that begs the question, is that a tech for having players
Sanford
on the court?
running on the floor. Got to be careful there. Again,
if you're Elgood, do you miss this? With 1 second, you got to heave up as opposed to
a lot
making
of people,
it and then getting it out of bounds.
Should.
Are you a proponent of give me the points?
It depends.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is I'd rather have the point, and, hey, if you're going to make that three-quarter court shot.
Then we're tied, right?
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a Conrad timeout. So. Still life here for the Red Wolves to try and force this into double overtime. It'll be a full timeout.
Here's another little educational piece that my old high school coach, Gil Jackson, actually had us practice. We would go in, and we would do this probably 8 to 10 times throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
He would have music playing really loud, simulate a game,
right,
and a close shot at the end. And we always had to make sure that we stayed on the bench. You were not allowed to leave the bench in that type of situation. It was always bench decorum was paramount.
Sure.
And he didn't ever want to have a situation like that. He was a big fan of Dean Smith and Bobby Knight.
Sure.
Gil Jackson was, and would study both. And
two good ones to study.
Taught me a lot, that's for sure.
You believe, Coach, to this day, Bobby Knight and his Indiana program is the last undefeated team in NCAA, like undefeated champion in NCAA? It's crazy. 76, 50 years ago. Look at this play.
There's Valpo. Baby.
That was Bryce Drew.
Do you remember Valpo? Yes.
For Vinny Starr. They almost got
McClain it. Coming out with Valpo.
That was a great play. Starr can't finish, and a tough loss for Conrad, and a nice effort win there down the stretch for Sanford to improve the 9-7.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried there in the first quarter, thinking, whoever told us to schedule this game, why did they no? But I thought both teams kind of dug in.
Mm-hmm.
Character builder for both squads. I'm sure, Conrad's, hey, we had our opportunities, but some lessons to learn. Sanford, this is going to serve them well going into the tournament, playing in close games, how to handle things, and it's really going to help educate them. And they both can draw from this, as they both have 4 games left in the season.
So I believe that'll do it here tonight. A nice win for Sanford. They survived the upset scare. What an effort from Conrad tonight. I came away very impressed with them. Unfortunately, they do fall to 6-10 on the year. A couple more opportunities to take a crack at some of the top teams in the state to finish their season off. And Coach, give us your final thoughts on this one.
I think both teams got in and had a lot of lessons learned tonight. Either team could have won this game. We talked about offensive rebounds. I think Conrad got hurt a little bit in the fourth quarter and in overtime, giving up some offensive rebounds. I think if you're looking for little things to kind of dissect the game, that would be one of the things that I would look at. But again, as a coach, you want to look at the whole picture. You want to look at, hey, what were we doing in the first quarter that wasn't generating any offense? Mm-hmm. What was happening offensively when we started to get the motor running and generating offense, and continue to build on in that area. And whether it was a set play, whether it was some transition, whether it was good defensive stops. I had even mentioned earlier, that Sanford stayed poised in that half-court man, where I thought at times Conrad was struggling, was allowing, Sanford to attack the gaps a little bit better than they, had been in the third and fourth quarter. So lessons learned by both teams here tonight. I'm hoping that both get in the tournament, because both definitely deserve it. But, it might be a little bit of an uphill battle for Conrad to get in the tournament after this.
Pretty much got to win out.
Yeah,
almost,
they would have to win out, or at least win 3 or 4, I think, and
right.
maybe get like double points with some of those teams that, would be a so great game, and always enjoy calling games with you, Pat. Thank you.
No problem,
and
Coach.
Nick, for allowing me to come out and be part of this.
Well, hey, no worries at all. Of course, it's a pleasure to call with you, Coach. Thanks, folks, for tuning in with us here tonight. Your final score, Sanford 48, Conrad 45 in overtime. For Nick Halliday and the coach, John Kaleja, Pat Garianis, we're signing off. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Enjoy your weekend.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team